Hello everyone. In this module, we are going to learn about multiple figures in Matplotlib. Matplotlib additionally allows you to draw not only multiple axes within a single figure but also allows you to draw several figures. And this can be performed by repeatedly executing the figure function and keeping the reference to the figure object, and then using it to add as many subplot as needed in the exactly the same way as having in a single figure. So let's see an example to clearly understand the concept of multiple figures. And here is the code. I explain you this code first. Firstly, I import matplotlib.pyplot as plt library. After that, I define data coordinate. Firstly, I take transport as a variable and create a list of a transport. After that, I take a variable employee and also create a list of employees. Then I create a first figure. For this, I call a figure function and assign fig underscore 1 variable to it. After that, I call a add underscore subplot function, which is a part of a figure module. For this reason, I call it in a reference of fig underscore 1 and I assign axis underscore 1 variable to it. And in a function, I pass 1 as a row number, 1 as a column number, and 1 as a fig number. Then I call a plot function in reference to axis underscore 1 object and I pass transport as x-axis, employee as y-axis, and I also pass additional parameter marker and color to it to beautify the plot. And I set circle as a marker and a color of a line as a black. Then I call a set title function to add a title to the plot so we get to know what this plot represent. And I also call this function in the reference to axis underscore 1 variable and I pass line plot as a title and I set its size to 15 and color to red. Now we want to create multiple figures. For this reason, I create another figure also and I call a figure function again. And at this time, I assign fig underscore 2 variable to it. Then I call the another function for creating a subplot, which is subplot function. And I assign 1 as a row number, 1 as a column number, and 1 as the index number to it. Then I call a bar function as I want to create a bar chart and I pass transport to it, employee to it, and color parameter to it and set its bar color to yellow. Then I want to add a title on this figure. For this reason, I call the title function and I pass title as a bar plot. I set its font size to 15 and color to red. I want to create one more figure. For this, I call the figure function again and at this time, I assign fig underscore 3 variable to it. Then I call the add underscore subplot function as it is a part of a fig module. So I call it in the reference to fig underscore 3 variable and I assign axis underscore 2 variable to it. And I set row number as a 1, column number as a 1 and fig number as a 1 in this add submodule function. Next, I create a pie chart. For this, I call a pie function in respect to axis underscore 2 variable. And I pass coordinate as employee, label as a transport, and I also set additional property wedge props, which means wedge properties, and I create a dictionary and in dictionary I pass alpha parameter to it and set its value to 0.5. Then I again call a set underscore title function and I call it with the respect of axis underscore 2 variable and I pass pie chart as a title and I also set its font size to 15 and color to red. and in last I call the show function to display the plot. Now I execute this code and here is the output. In a figure canvas, it firstly create a line chart as I firstly want to create a line chart. So here in a figure underscore 1, I create a line chart. In next figure, I create a bar chart. For this reason, it creates another figure of a bar plot. And in the last figure, I create a pie chart. That's why it creates the pie chart in the last figure. So we can conclude that if we want to create multiple figures within a figure canvas, we have to call the figure function multiple times. So with this, we learned about multiple figures in Matplotlib, and in the next module, we will learn about twin axis.